But the DK, that's a very good matchup for Ember mid. I always see DK stomp Ember mid.
Where you just like keep stunning him and then denying
Deny.
everything.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
you just right click him through the shield too because they're so tanky.
So true.
Yeah.
DK is hell fun now with the shard. You get the
Yeah.
15-minute shard, you just farm up the world, you do so much damage, life's good.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the AoE is huge too, so that's actually like it'll probably always hit the IO too when you drop it. I don't really think about that in the team fights. So they have a lot of stuns now. They got their point click stun. I thought Invoker could be good. Normally, generally better. You have the Vessel for the IO too, which I suppose that who's gonna make a Vessel this game if they even make one? I don't really see any of Fnatic's hero really being a great Vessel carrier. Or just maybe they won't make one. I don't know.
Both these teams looking for their carries,
Potentially.
most likely. What do you guys want to see for Execration?
For Execration, I'm probably... You have to assume that I think this DP is probably offlane at this point. Could be DK, but it would be really weird.
I like TB before he got banned.
I mean, yeah, illusion heroes are very good versus Death Prophet. Like PL was good, but then you're playing versus Ember. You might want to reconsider that. Medusa, also very good. Banned too, so we're not doing that.
Yeah, she's gone.
Drow Rangers, generally pretty good too.
Okay.
Pretty good Drow game.
Drow, I'm such a believer in Drow. Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
We've
Drow
seen
could be really good. It's a lot of damage for the arena too. Shoot your E in there.
We've seen it once before and she did great, so
5 seconds
it would be
remaining.
nice to see her picked up again.
Radiant team.
I like Execration's final bans because it's like any role. It's like, yeah, you're so flexible. We just don't know what you're gonna pick.
I just don't think you want to be a melee hero on Execration here versus Monkey and TP lane. Like, that sounds just awful. So, yeah, I'm down for the Drow. I think I've convinced myself now. Medusa is my number 1, but Execration banned it out.
Anyway. they get it on round 2. Like, no.
Yeah.
Makes sense. She's very popular, and she definitely performs quite well.
You know. Oh no, never mind. Because you said you don't want a melee hero. I was wondering how like nice PA is with the shard against like heroes like DK and stuff now.
I mean, you could still do it. There's a chance that she loses the lane really hard, but
luck.
they're gonna try.
So then tell me your full thoughts, Fia, now that you know that it is getting picked up, if you like the PA for Execration's last pick.
For a melee hero, it's actually not a bad choice, just because you can stop the Siphon, and it is heavy burst for the DP, which is what I was kind of looking at, right? You don't want to pick like a slow sustain hero like a Lifestealer or something versus DP that's just gonna get drained and die to the go. So you want to burst her as fast as you can, and PA can do that. I just worry a bit for her laning stage, and for sure IO-PA is ultra awkward as like a duo, because PA just doesn't want to sit there and just get buffed and be a frontliner, right? And Ember doesn't either, so this Mars is gonna have to like go mode collapse, and just get like an armlet first item. Don't even get a blink and just frontline for the team, because like PA and Ember are your mobility now. Like neither of these heroes can frontline, right? And so someone has to do it.
I feel like I remember Fnatic running like one of the most amazing Mars like kind of carries last
Carry?
DPC. No, it was like off lane, but they played it
Oh,
and
yeah,
like they
yeah.
gave him the Aegises and stuff and let him like frontline. I think with an eye or something, and he just had like it was beautiful. I think it was Fnatic, but I'm not 100% sure. Yo, Lone Druid! Oh my god, this hero I haven't seen at all in this region. I know like NA's been picking him a little bit on like Gunner and stuff, and obviously like Matumba Man always been like a big Lone Druid player. But oh my god, we're seeing C!
It's my hero too.
There you go. I love
Lone
seeing
Druid.
Lone Druid picked up, but I want to know what Aries and GoDz think. How excited are you, Aries, for the Lone Druid coming out and see?
I mean, we get another new hero. We had the Underlord in game 2. Now we get the Lone Druid as well. It's exciting stuff here.
100% on yourself, GoDz.
I believe it's going to be a Raven Lone Druid. He's played it a decent amount in his Pro Dota history. I think he's actually low-key really good on this hero, even though it's not something he's known for. It's a hero that can cause problems for Execration. It's going to set a very fast tempo, put a lot of towers under a lot of early pressure.
What are some of your expectations for this Lone Druid for you?
It owns PA really hard. Like
Okay.
the root is super good. You get MKB naturally on the hero. Root, Roar, the PA, you're super tanky. You cannot be bursted if you're in your ulti phase. So it's a really good response. It's good versus Ember too. So it's just a great pick.
Are you worried now knowing that Sheep picked Fnatic to stay on the panel and that you could be leaving the panel now because of it? Do you
No,
think
I believe in just her bad predictions. So.
Okay, well, Fear has faith that Sheep has some awful predictions, and GoDz and Aries, please take it away for the last game of this series.
Parker, are you going to mirror Sheep, or are you siding with Fear in this one?
Yeah, I like Fear's confidence. You know, like in the face of death, he's like, yeah, I believe in Execration. Great lone druid pick. This lone druid's gonna own, but he's gonna stick with his gun. So I'm gonna go with Sheepo. I think Fnatic's draft, I think, rounded out really nicely with this lone druid. And I do feel like they can play at a really fast tempo. Like between lone druid, Death Prophet with a Dragon Knight, like that. Pushing power, Roche taking potential. They've got the vision that the Monkey King gives them to make a lot of plays. Like, their draft looks sick.
And it's scary because Execration, they don't really have ways to take objectives. Like, the Phantom Assassin has not really been known as a hero that's able to take these buildings. You've got a Mars 3 who doesn't fulfill that role at all, and along with Bob's Ember Spirit. So it's awkward. I think they're... I don't know. I'm probably going to have to give the edge over to Fnatic as well in this Game 3, the all-important Game 3 as well. Either side really trying to get their footing in the Spring Tour. Execration, 0-2. For them, it's also a must victory like everyone else, but you don't want to drop to 0-3 and just have the pressure you're heading into the middle of the weeks here and just knowing that you're starting 0-3.
And yeah, most of the other teams have, I believe, all picked up wins at this point. One of their, at that point, you're potentially facing elimination. A lot of early aggression here, battling over these wards, killing a homing missile, plus 50 gold. Let's go, Tino. Stay down. Skyrocketing his farm up early on, but yeah, I'm definitely a little worried for Execration when it comes to their fate remaining in Division 1 if they lose this series, because at that point they're 0-3, as you said. But I think also the teams they've lost to, OB Neon, who I think is one of the other possible bottom teams, it gets rough.
I'll always remember how foolish.
And honestly, Execration coming into it, I had the opportunity again to cast them in a couple of third-party tournaments of the lesser quality, of course, of teams, not DPC, but I was very impressed with their performance. I think with Shanks being added, with Palos, and along with Tino joining, they looked like a team that could actually contend. I don't know about top 3 finish, but a team that would be very scary. And we've seen so far, it's been very hit or miss and haven't had that consistency, but hopefully they're able to kind of, again, find their footing.
DJ early Jingu, destroying him. That's a great start for a monkey.
I don't know. How does this lane actually fare, though? Because I'm a big fan of Phantom Assassin and Grimstroke in the lane. I think you really want someone who's going to look to jump to combined with the Inkswell, but a Monkey King and Death Prophet are both very good laners.
Yeah, they're going to need like level 2/3, I think, for the PA Grimstroke to really shine. Like, you want to have the Inkswell with the Stroke of Fate, and PA having, the ability to blink in. Probably goes over Corruption even. We'll have to wait and see, but I think early levels, it's rough. Like, Death Prophet ranged here against PA, just gonna be constant harass coming out.
And we saw this earlier, didn't we? Wasn't this exactly what Talon and Army Genius had? I'm almost certain.
3 of the 4. Was it Monkey King as well? Yeah, I think it was the exact same 4 heroes in the bottom lane.
So the Phantom Assassin actually had a really good time. We saw a very early Orb of Corrosion, which is what Palos has queued up at the moment. If you can get this, you can definitely hit back onto the Death Prophet and the Monkey King. But it's just, can you get to that stage, and can you use those early level timings to your advantage?
Yeah. They're using the Monkey to fight 1v2 while Death Prophet last hits. It was actually an Earth Spirit, not a Monkey King, now that I recall it. But 3 of the 4 are the same. But I think Monkey and Earth Spirit are going to fill a similar role, where it's like you're the shield to protect the Death Prophet. If Death Prophet gets jumped, things can get a little ugly. They're going for the Inkswell again early on, bottom, but not going to connect. Didn't find a blink target. Baiting the Observer. Apologies, Pythia.
For me, my eyes are on Bob this game. We saw him have an exceptional game 1, and I think the Ember has to small Fnatic, and he can do that with a Grimstroke. Definitely a hero that's able to enable you with the Aghanim Shard, Inkswell, but you have to do it early because Dire have plenty of stuns now with the DK to start, the Boundless to follow, the Lone Druid if you can gap close. It's very scary. So all eyes on Bob, and if he can just look to take the game over.
Yeah, the Lone Druid, I mean, I know Fear was talking about how it's good against the PA. It's similar reasons good against the Ember with the Fear as well as the Roots, making it very hard for Bob to ever fight into that. But we'll have to see if Raven's going to get online first, but so far his lane looking pretty straightforward, getting more or less free. All 3 cores for Fnatic having solid time in their lanes. No one's really struggling to get their farm.
It's the one here for Execration that's having a decent lane is Tino, and that's kind of to be expected. A Mars and Io. If he was saying Tino had to go collapse mode, and see if that's the case. Does he have? Yes, he does have armlet queued up. So pretty much the only time we see Mars does itemize into the armlet is with the Io tank, just because of all the sustain that Io is able to provide. So Tino has to get a lot of kills off the back of this.
Yeah, I think he's going to need to get some kills and have a really good game, and I think some of these other lanes, like down bottom, they need to start looking for kills with this Inkswell, but it's DJ who's rotated in.
Shenzo. Nope, he's actually just going to make it away. Now Palos, he's got Phantom Shark and Dagger back up and available. DJ trying to play with a lifesteal, but Palos finds our first blood. He doesn't have a whole lot of regen to stay in this lane, unfortunately.
Yeah. I was thinking, like, this PA Grim needs to start coming online, and it's not like they made a play. They just protected themselves. It was Fnatic who went in, got aggressive when they shouldn't have. I remember getting low, but DJ's rotating Bob. He's not level 6 yet.
And with DJ's extra damage, he's going to get the bonus health back from the water room, but DJ, what a rotation. It's not like he even filled a bottle of the Dragonite. Just early rotation, recognizing that Bob was a little bit too far over the boundary.
You know, you're a Monkey King. You can very quickly move between lanes, so it's not like he hurts his off lane by doing that. Because of how low Palos is down bottom, you know, oh, he's going to hit him. Oh,
he's got the creeps to jump to. Oh, it doesn't even matter. The creep spawn from Jabs, and they even eye up Vincenzo. The tower's starting to right-click the range creep, so Jabs isn't taking the full brunt of the force, and Jabs, look at that. 2 earn charges now to play with, and this bottom lane is, well, it's starting to get out of control.
Yeah. That's why I think Fnatic got aggressive and went for that kill, the first blood that backfired. Because they had the Urn, they wanted to get those early charges because it just changes the entire lane when you can use them for some extra damage when you get aggressive or to heal back up. But now that they've got them going this bottom lane, it's starting to look really good for Fnatic.
I don't even know if that first blood backfired in a way, because yes, Palos was able to get the kill, but you saw the Grimshark had to run all the way back to base, and Palos had no regen, so he was just standing by the tower just spamming daggers as Shank's top. But actually going to get the spear connection on Genuel, who gets the kill first, and Raven, with the help of Gyro, find this one, and Chow actually makes it out.
That's a nice little kill for Fnatic. And yeah, the other thing with giving up the first blood is that's what allowed the Monkey to TP mid and get a kill. So, you know, the ripple effect from giving up first blood basically was them getting these 4 kills. So, Armel, by the way, is dumbstring mid. Second game in a row, he's just completely destroying the last hit battle. 17 denies. Like, not just doubling the CS, but also getting all these denies to go with it. He's a full level ahead of Bob, level 6.5 to the level 5.5. He's pressuring the tower already with the dragon form. I don't know what's up with Bob, but this is 2 games in a row where he's just getting crushed in mid.
Cool. I'm not quite sure. I mean, the Dragonite does have a big damage advantage, but Bob is gone the slight build as well, so it's not like he can really catch back up by farming the jungle. So it's going to be off the back of these kills here for the Ember Spirit.
So yeah, no points in the chains means those rotations are a little bit trickier to make. You can still try and use the sleight of fist spam with your remnants to go for some side lane ganks, but ideally you want some kind of power rune for that.
Palos is going to take a lot of damage bottom. Oh, actually, haste support is just a spies from DJ. I thought they were going to utilize this, but just giving them information. He's getting nothing out of this, though.
High-fiving in mid. Every time I take a look at mid, Armel's just getting denies right in front of Bob's face, like stunning him just to secure a deny. He forces him to TP back to base. He has the remnant, but it just feels like, you know, he's just getting outplayed in every single way possible here.
It's concerning as well because you're going to have Elder Dragon form up shortly, and now Exo as well bottom lane with the Still they have the still got the catapult wave 2 minutes after, so looks like there's going to be actually TP down from Tino. Doesn't even have the level 6. Oh man, Tino's the most farmed here on Execration. They can't lose the Mars. They just start to spell the ends. There's Execration. I mean, they're starting to bring the lads. Bob's going to move down with the help of the Inkspell. It's going to be a nice combination to try and blow up the Death Prophet, but the Exo comes back. All the health that Jabs was requiring to keep his life.
What's going on? They brought 5 heroes. They're losing mid T1 tower. Lone Druid's free farming top, and they bring 5 heroes to the bottom lane and kill nobody. What the hell? What is this?
Oh, this is not good.
I've never seen like a 5-man rotation like that with a level 5 Mars offlane. That in itself makes no sense to me. And then they rotate. I mean, Ember rotating level 6, sure, fine, makes sense, but they kill nothing. Armel's gonna deny the rune, and he's just styling. Everyone on Fnatic's just styling over Execration right now.
Yeah, this is a very, very tricky position to be able to come back from. If you are Execration, you're just going to lose all your T1 towers without zero contention.
And the thing is, even if they killed like a couple heroes bottom, it wasn't going to be a win for them, because when you have to commit 5 heroes to defend a tower and the enemy has 2 lanes being free farmed, it's not good.
Zhao gonna... Oh my... He almost solo killed the Ember. The homing missile was a couple of seconds, 0.3 seconds probably from getting this done, and all of a sudden Ember's another death on him.
Every single lane. I mean, this is lose 3 lanes and often lose the game. When it comes to Dota, things are looking really grim. At this point, if you're Execration, you're looking at Tino probably with the armlet now. He's hit level 6. Use this Iron Mars. They need to start pressuring this lane, not just...
Oh, this is going to die under a T2 tower, Parker.
Oh, no.
Like, this is 9 minutes in. 9 minutes in, and DJ and Jabs are using a glyph to kill a Phantom Assassin under a tier 2. I need you to give me a prediction. Does the Phantom Assassin complete the Battle Fury before this game ends?
No. They're committing exorcism to pressure bottom now. They force a glyph and then they decide to back off, I think, knowing rotations are coming. The issue is, like, Tino doesn't want to TP bottom to defend. He wants to keep playing top, but he may die in the process.
He's going to expend his life, but Raven does have another summon available. Need a lucky root. Come on, praying for it. There we go. There's the first one. DJ still trying to find the perfect angling. And bottom lane, what's going on here still? Jabs are just chasing down Vincenzo. It's not like this is a T2 tower, guys. Like,
yeah, they're going to leave Jabs. Jabs is like, high five me. I'm happy to die. Just give me the high five.
Does he die?
Is he killing Palace?
He might kill Palace! Jabs!
Oh, okay. Shanks is here.
Okay.
Armo literally ditched him. Like, Jabs is just saying, like, leave me, let me die. It doesn't, like, Fnatic are obviously owning right now, and it doesn't matter that Jabs dies there. They're making so many plays and getting so much from elsewhere. Top lane Tino is now getting jumped. He misses the spear as DJ jumps over it, and needs an armlet toggle. He gets it. Okay, nicely done by Tino.
Palace shows up as well, so they slam the shield down in Execration. Find something out of nothing as Tino...
All right.
A little bit of individual brilliance.
Yeah, that's what they need. Some individual, like, sick plays, because they're losing ground very quickly, getting out farm, getting out pushed. Things need to recover from just crazy good individual plays. Well, for Fnatic, I think it's also like, don't get too ahead of yourselves. They probably felt like this game was already won, but that kill bottom on Jabs and the kill, I think more importantly, the kill top should be a little wake up. Like, okay, let's play to our draft and not get silly. Let's not dive behind these enemy towers and let them TP in and punish. We got to, play objective Dota, group up as a team, take these towers one by one, take Roshan. Play with strategy, not with overconfidence.
They are still playing by bottom. They've got a really deep observe ward. They're going to have a T2 tower pre-13, I think. You got Exo up in 10. Amel, not going to reveal the blink, but great position for him.
Dragon form is up. Exorcism in 5.
Oh no, Dino! He did so good prior with the armor toggle, but that was not the timing. Amel utilizing that word. utilizing the ward, finding Shanks behind, and yeah, alright, we're gonna have a 12 minutes, probably 20 tier 2 tower dropping. Oh no.
Ooh. Yep. Enemy outpost control. They can probably maybe they just go rotate. They want to keep farming this enemy jungle probably, so they'll leave one or two heroes down here. But at some point, they probably want to take top tier 1, secure Roshan. Their lineup Roches incredibly well. They're smoking. Yeah, they farm the enemy jungle. They push that bottom. Time to smoke mid. Find the next skill. Bob could get blinked on. Armel has blink Dragon Tail.
They'll wait for the slide. He has to use it to dodge the missile. There's the slide used. They revealed themselves.
I thought he might be. I think he had a boundless strike. He just didn't want to miss it. Instead, they're going to catch Grimstroke here.
Close to the tower. Not much Palos can really do to hold them back, so he'll get his soulbind out before he dies. Bobby's lacking mana, though, so he can't really stick around. Trying to get out with the help of the illusion, but DJ slams the door shut. They might just take top tower as well with it. Look at Jab stutter stepping. Oh no, they are feeling themselves, and I don't blame you. 6,000 net worth lead, 13 minutes in. And Parker, there was a stat that I saw, Donald was telling me about this one on Dat Dota, where if you have a net worth lead, I think it was like 5,000 at 10 minutes in, something like that, it's 100% probability. 100. So this is, I mean, more than that. Yes, ridiculous.
Just on this patch or something, or all time?
That's that was, we saw that at when we were doing I think it was TI qualifiers we saw that. So it has been some time. As Armel's also going to run into Palos. But the boundless strike to continue to lock him in place, and Shanks is too late for the relocate out. They'll even stop that attempt as well as Fnatic move on to a second. Bob's trying to rectify the fight, but see how he can do so solely by himself.
Yeah, it just feels like they're, dominoes falling one by one, never really taking these fights as a team. And it's hard because everyone's behind on farm, so nobody wants to group up. You group up, and you don't connect and make a play. Things look even worse because you're being out-farmed. But that's what happened when they went for the 5-man play bottom, where they killed nobody. But unfortunately, the reality is they need PA to farm while the other 4 heroes just try and make anything happen. They can't just keep giving up towers. They need to find some kills and some way to take Fnatic on.
I'm just going to try and take this task where they have more than enough vision in the area to know this is occurring. As look at the Wukong's DJ. He's actually going to look to pounce away, feeling like he's not safe in the location. Raven wants to show up to the fight. The arena only controlling the Dragon Item. Armel with 1,800 health. There is no way they kill him off. Palos even dies to jabs. And Shanks really is going to be the next one as they jump deep behind the tier 2 tower mid, and Fnatic, I don't know if they're done just yet. It's a tier 3, but we saw them dive towers prior. They obviously don't give a damn about objectives at this stage of the game. A triple for Armel. They're on to Bob next. He's gone to Remnant away.
Yeah. Oh. He'll TP his way out, but 4 kills unanswered again. Fnatic. The kills, they're just farming the enemy jungle, farming their ancients. Anybody in Execration shows themselves, they're dying unless they're at their own base. There's just nothing going their way. At some point, Fnatic finally say, okay, enough fun, let's take Roshan. They could have taken Rosh soon. I think they didn't because they wanted to maintain map control. You go for Roshan, it's not, even with Exorcism, you still gotta, it's not super fast, so they're going to give a little, farming wiggle room for Execration that makes it plays, and they actually smoke up. All right.
This is desperate. This could be the last fight. If they lose all these heroes, it might be the one to do it. Bob trying to snag it in and out he goes, but the rest of Radiant don't really have this capabilities to rem them out, so Bob leaves the boys. Shanks is also not going to get the relocate, so he'll come back to his death, this is all pre-MKB. So PA's already having a crap time, and Raven's soon to complete this. He's gonna have no way back in. Ooh.
Oh boy, Shanks, TP's out. Didn't have the roar, and didn't get a first hit root. Jabs is like recognizing where some of these heroes are, so okay, he'll get out in the enemy jungle. But yeah, it's looking pretty grim. Bob doing what he can to just farm behind waves, cut waves, try and delay things. And Fnatic are in no rush. Even though they've got this Aegis, they don't have to go high ground. They'll try and keep these lanes pushed out and take these tier 2 towers, but this 11k gold lead will quickly skyrocket if Execration aren't winning fights. They can't just, they can turtle and stay in their own base, but it just means they'll get further behind.
It is a very, very difficult position to be in for Execration.
Dire's
There is
bottom
a
tower
2% chance to win, already 17 minutes in. Go to plus. And you see just how they're posturing across the map. They're eyeing up this mid lane. Okay, Bob's gonna see him in the tree line. But again, we saw the lack of damage prior.
Execration at least doing a good job playing around some vision. They have a lot of bottom river vision, but I think Fnatic, again, this is where the discipline's showing. I think there was a 2-minute window in the early game where they stopped playing with some discipline with diving towers. 2 of these 3 kills they gave up in that window when they dove bottom tier 2 and top tier 1. Now they're just playing more methodically. They're like, we see heroes, but we're not going to run at them. We're going to just keep this mid and top lane pushed out. They can farm some of the jungle. We're getting way more farm than them. No point running into an area where we don't have vision and you run into the enemy wards. You may actually feed some kills. So Fnatic say, screw it, we'll push high ground. We're going to force them to... Basically, they have to stop farming to come back to defend. This is how you keep up your gold lead if you're Fnatic.
An Exo popped as well, so... Tino doesn't have a blink. So there's no real way for them instantly to be able to get into the middle. It's full sets of barracks. It looks like soon to drop. You're lucky you got a tier 2 mid. That'll at least stop Fnatic from getting any more objectives inside the base.
PA finishes the Battle Fury. I was wrong,
Let's
Ares.
go. Let's go.
It's something. Not ready to fight, as is always the case with these Battle Fury carries, but at least finished it.
Again, Execration, they're doing what they can, which is an awkward thing to say, but we saw Ember just shoving out the side lanes, the PA farming in Guy's territory. It is costing you a lot of objectives, but that's the name of the game here. Just somehow try and split Fnatic across the map, and maybe get a couple pickoffs. You're looking for supports because you can't kill any of the cores. Are you seeing Monkey right now? He's just chilling on the ground. He's
Impersonating. He's like, oh yeah, no, I'm just a tree here. It's nothing suspicious at all.
What's going on? Oh man.
I don't think anyone's
Did they just go
noticing.
on?
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
they're just-
is under attack.
Execration's gonna be like, oh crap, we don't even get a chance to farm. Next Exorcism in 50. The Aegis is expiring around the time of next Exorcism, but I don't think they need the Aegis to push. I also don't think they need Exorcism. Bob's gonna try cut some ways. He's gonna be a little bit careful though.
Well, Palos has been
Oh,
caught
they
out
got a
top. DJ might just solo kill Palos.
Oh, no.
Especially with the Diffusal and now with the Wukongs. He's got no mana, so he's already tried to TP his DJ cancel that. Ember's coming nearby. Shanks even going to relocate as well.
Hell yeah, let's
Rest
go.
of Dire are taking objectives, so maybe DJ's been up a
Forget
bit
the
more than
base.
he
Forget
can
the
chew.
base. That's exactly. You gotta the morale boost. We gotta kill our base. We don't need racks. Who needs racks?
Radiant's middle barracks
Yeah.
has fallen.
Space created, yeah.
Exactly. It's not like Death Prophet's about to have Exorcism and you're about to be down megas at 20 minutes. No, it's fine.
Gonna make an attempt on Armel, or who's making an attempt on who? As Armel stands his ground with the BKB. Palace is in the middle of the fight. And is gonna wait now to drop the arenas. Dragonite's continuing to fall low. I'll get a
Raven's
big kill on the
ignoring
Dragonite, but objective-based gaming. As Raven, he's made the
big
executive
tip.
call. He doesn't give a damn about the fights. The bear will slay the Grimstroke, and Raven's back to killing off the barracks. As still the heroes are continuing to fall, but there's no way.
Oh, TP cancel.
Okay.
Yeah. Get him. Kill the lone druid. You can turn this. Let's go. I love that
Dude,
Armel
come on.
tips him. Like, there's a team fight that Armel's dying, and he dies, and he's just tipping his bear like, come on, man, can't you help me? And I'm pretty sure Raven's just like, nah, dude, I got megas. It's fine.
I know you don't get as much gold from Megas, but at least now all the waves will rush in and PA can get farm.
I guess. Yeah. We'll get. Otherwise, yeah, before the creeps are in dangerous parts of the map, now they're all in your base. Battle Fury's online, so, she can farm them, sorta.
Quite
yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Was quite surprised that was. Sorry to interrupt.
That PA's net worth. I don't know how she's actually this position in the net worth, but
I think those
it obviously
kills-
doesn't matter.
Yeah, that fight she got the kill on Jabs and Zhao,
Oh,
and
okay.
then got
Okay,
some
yeah.
assist gold for the Raven kill. So I think she got like 1,500 gold for that fight.
Yeah,
Like
that makes
I
a
want
lot
to
of
say
sense,
she was
okay.
like 8 or 9k net worth before that fight.
Oh boy. All right. Well, what's the probability going to? Oh, yep, that's 0%. Okay, that's a difficult position to be in. They will run into the gyrocopter around the mid lane, but an instant glimmer and that attempt has been thwarted.
I feel like there's been mega creeps come back, but I want to say none of them were when the mega creeps happened like pre 30 minutes. There was one game, I think it was the Secret versus Vici. I think I would say it was like a DAC game, and Secret defended mega creeps for like 30 minutes and eventually won. But other than that game, I can't think of like anywhere there's been like a mega creeps comeback where a team was down mega super early.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The mental toll you have just to consistently be worrying about creeps inside your base and a very fine window you can often have to make plays. Bumps. And that's out to the base.
And if you're a Fnatic, you can just chill and wait for next Roshan. But at the same time, I think they just feel like they want to get out of this. They're ready. They're hungry. They want some dinner. They're trying to figure out a way. Like, okay, what do we need to do to make Execration GG out? And it
Yeah,
seems like they
giving
at
them
least
so
want
much
to poke at
vision.
the tier 4s.
Look at this. DJ's seeing everyone. They're even got a Wukong's maybe in front of the fountain, so no one else can enter. It's so difficult to get out. As Throne's exposed, Palace, one last hope, and Raven once again, objective-based gaming. They've killed off the bear, but they haven't killed off any other heroes on Fnatic. Execration. They're not going to tap out, but Fnatic will put them in a position where they will be forced to, as their Throne's soon to explode, and... Ooh.
Wow, no
That's,
GG from Bob. Spicy.
Yeah. Not good signs. Not good signs. You're down 0-3 now.
Yeah. Things not looking too good in the Execration camp. Just the way this game went, the way it ended. You know, the fact they don't... I think, you know, a team where morale is still high is just going to at some point be like, yeah, we probably lost. This is GG out. This feels like a game where everybody's just sitting there silently playing Dota, and nobody even wants to say, should we GG? Because, you know, it's a team decision. It just felt like nobody was communicating, and Bob at some point is just like, I'm out of here. I don't know.
Yeah, it's... I think really the question at the end of the day is just how can these teams start to feel that consistency that they need? Because still Fnatic, yes, they get the series victory, but this team needs to be a little bit more convincing, I'd say, in the eyes of some people. In the end, they take it. Execration now dropping 0-3, so they need some miraculous, you know, second half of the tour to be able to at least stay in Division 1. But our Game 3, very one-sided. Fnatic going to be able to take this one and the series now. So we'll send it over break, where the panel will come back to break this one all down.
Welcome back, everyone. It was an absolutely great series, and we do see Fnatic picking up the win in a 2-1 fashion. And as per the previous bet between Sheep and Fear, it means Fear is no longer on the panel.
He sucks at analysis.
Yeah,
and should never be
predictions.
allowed to work here again.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely should never come back. Ever.
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 Yeah.
Cheer, because let's be real. That was a little lucky you got there.
Well, lucky.
A little lucky.
He did let
Just
you
a
pick
fluke?
first. So.
That was I let you pick first.
Just a
Yeah.
fluke like your TI win?
Exactly.
Oh shit! This went so much more savage than I thought it was gonna go.
What about the DAC win too?
Oh, yeah, you know
And my summit wins.
That was good.
All of them. All
What
The
about
summit
those?
wins were 100% deserved.
Okay.
I'll give you those ones.
Well, since you are here, Fear, you can break this game down for us. And I want to know a lot about, I guess, the steamroll that it was Fnatic in Game 3.
It was a pretty hard out pick, you know, even though I went with Execration, not by choice. I was all for the
Fnatic.
Fnatic.
You pick Execration, you know?
I was all for the Fnatic draft because, like, I'm a huge Lone Druid fan, and, like, this is, like, the trifecta of Lone Druid in peak condition. You know, you're laning versus Mars, you're versus an Ember, and you're versus a PA. Like, it doesn't get much better. And, you know, they had a DK mid versus Ember as well. They won pretty much every lane, except for top, because I think that matchup is actually a little hard for Lone Druid for a little bit. So Mars had a good game. And unfortunately, he didn't do much with that good game, and he kind of threw it away by TPing bottom and immediately dying. And when you're playing versus Lone Druid, you're playing versus DK, and you're playing versus all these pushing heroes that they have, if you lose the early game, you're just going to lose your base really quickly, as we saw.
Such a snowball of bad events. I mean, TPing bot when you're not 6 is so just silly, dumb, bad words. I don't know, like, what are you expecting to do?
Flame them harder.
It's really hard to, like, because you have to, they have to come really out of position for you to get, like, a good spear off and then roll off that. It's better just to stay and get your 6 and then do good things, especially when you're top of the net worth. Like, risking it all and gambling by going bot. Like, it went badly, and then, you know, his 6 comes later, and I was sitting there watching the game going at 9 minutes, like, oh man, it feels so bad to be in Mars now, because you're like, okay, I'm 6, I want to do something with my ult. This Lone Druid's free farming in front of me, I feel frustrated. Meanwhile, bot lane, they're literally diving tier 2s at 9 minutes, getting a kill. That's illegal. Criminal activity.
But I couldn't do anything about it, because they lost their lanes too bad. The Ember was just, like, bleeding too much, and they're just really tanky as well, so it's just a tough situation to be in from how bad the lanes went.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously very good execution from the side of Fnatic, but do you think there is this aspect of the drafting phase where Execration were just backed into a corner, that they ended up picking something that they weren't really comfortable with, they weren't overly confident with in that PA?
I don't know if you felt this way about the IO, but it felt like he wasn't, like, super comfortable on it. I feel like a lot of his ults, he would not, like, he would miss the relocate. He would either, like, charge it too late or so and so. I don't know if that was, like, a circumstance problem or him just not being, like, fully in the mode on it, in the zone on it, sorry, but I don't know how you read it.
A little bit, but I also feel like the pick is weird with IO. Normally you pick IO, you pick a frontliner and you play around it, but, like, they pick PA with it and Ember, like you talked about. So it was like, I don't know if Execration is particularly, like, super comfortable on IO as a team, right? And not even just individually as, like, on a player level, but it didn't look like it seemed like a very strong hero for them.
Well, it was an absolutely clean performance from Fnatic, and we are going to be having a winner's interview with Raven. So we get to ask him some questions. Raven, congratulations on the win. How are you guys feeling?
Hello. I think we feel pretty good. We have some good game.
In game number 2, what do you think was such a big downfall or a big issue for you guys?
At the second game,
Yeah.
downfall. I think it's just my laning. We kind of mess up laning at top lane, and I think that's why the Pango, like, the net worth is too high. I think that's, then they just keep rolling, and but we still clutch some clash, so that's what happened.
Well, I was really excited to see your Lone Druid pick, so was Fear. I actually wanted to ask about it. There are other players who are building, like, 4 to 5 Wraith bands on Lone Druid right now. I was wondering what your opinion was on that, since we didn't see you buy it.
For me, I don't really get it, because I know you get some armor, but I'm not really a fan of it. I feel like if you just, like, buy some item on the bear, is much more useful than the 5 Wraith bands on the Lone Druid.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
So I guess my question will just be for, you know, when you're after done with these games and your guys as a whole as a team, like, how are you guys feeling at your performance, and how do you feel like you're gonna place in this DPC?
Right now, I think we're still not the best, because we're still trying to be. We're changing strategy. I think we different strat right now. So right now we're just taking it slow, but I think we will be there. We can be at the top.
Do you think that's a reason why you guys are losing some games that people would expect you not to be losing?
Yeah, I think so, because we kind of, like, uh uh doing fast but not, like, thinking enough. I think so. Yeah, that's why some games we lose, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Raven, for joining us, and congratulations again on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
Do the wave. Bye. It's nice to hear from Raven there a little bit about, I guess, where they're going to place to for you guys. Do you think Fnatic are going to be able to keep getting those wins? Do you think they're going to get stronger? Like, they're getting these wins, but they're kind of, like, just getting these wins. So do you think they're going to be able to get stronger and get more convincing wins?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. That wasn't confident.
I'm not super confident, and, like, right now, like, they even seem a little shaky themselves, right? But, like, they need to get a win off of one of the better teams, right? That's what they really need. But it's definitely possible, and I have high hopes for them.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing more from Fnatic, but I'm also looking forward to seeing some more Southeast Asia Dota. And we do have a second series coming up after this break. It's going to be T1 up against SMG.